What is going on, Locks Mob, and welcome back to the Locks DFS NHL Breakdown. I'm your host, Narang, and I'll be breaking down the 7-game main slate on DraftKings and FanDuel for Tuesday, March 26th. Excited to be back on these videos. My apologies, guys. I took a decent break. Was just working on some other things. But now things are starting to get a little bit more situated, so we can bring these videos back. I'm going to try and be as consistent as I can with these. I know a lot of you guys really like them. We have MLB starting on Thursday. We expect to have videos for those as well. So I'm going to try my best to do both of those and find a good balance between it to keep giving you guys this content. So with that being said, let's just jump into the slate because it's actually a pretty good slate. Not a bunch of massive team totals like we saw yesterday. We saw San Jose with a 4-4 team total. Calgary had a team total above 4. This not so much. Even Toronto had a team total close to 4 last game, but this a bit more normal. Highest team total we got about 3-5 for the Oilers, 3-5 for the Canadiens. So let's get right into it though. So usually we start at the high price center range, which we'll do again. And it was a tough decision between McDavid and Eichel here for my favorite top dollar center. In this case, I'm going to go with Eichel. It's tough not playing McDavid here, especially versus a horrible team like the LA Kings on a back-to-back. It just feels like a spot where McDavid could catch a bunch of tired King legs, and he's skating with Draisaitl at 5v5, so he has better Corsi 4 numbers that entire line with Leon Draisaitl as opposed to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, so like that for him as well. But with that all being said, I'm going to go with Jack Eichel because he is stepping into our favorite matchup of the entire year versus an Ottawa team that has just been awful. I mean, over the last 10 games, they're worst in high danger chances against per 60, and no one blames them. They're just a young team that traded all their best players, so they're going to be bad defensively. But a high danger, giving up over 15 high danger chances against per 60 is not good at all. And then if we filter by expected goals against per 60, this is on the year. The last one was filtered for the last 10 days, but they're still ranked as the 5th worst team expected goals against per 60, and that is with all their awesome. That's with Mark Stone for half the season, Matt Duchene for half the season, Ryan DeSingle for half the season. So numbers are even worse than that. So love Jack Eichel here. He's leading the team in iCorsi 4 per 60 over the last 10 days at a little bit over 18. We're just ignoring Danny O'Regan since he doesn't really qualify. But over 18, iCorsi 4 per 60, and I love his new line. He's skating with this kid, Alex Nylander, William Nylander's younger brother. An awesome play as well. I'm going to get into him. But I like this line with Sheary and Nylander. It puts a little bit of increased emphasis on Eichel to drive the offense. He's not really filtering the puck to Jeff Skinner anymore or Sam Reinhart. He's going to take majority of the shots. I think that's why we've seen his iCorsi 4 take up in the last 10 days. And as usual, power play one time correlates with his line. I love Jack Eichel a lot tonight. So he'll be the high price guy. One mid-price guy that I'm not going to spend too much time talking about at all really is Pierre-Luc Dubois. Just want to let you guys know he's 4.6K. He's still too cheap. iCorsi 4 just around 12, but skating on that top line for Columbus in a decent matchup versus the Islanders team that has slowly started regressing defensively, although they are kind of back on the upswing. Still just way too cheap for him. But the guy that I really want to talk about is a little bit farther down here at 3.5K, Christian Dvorak. Huge fan of Arizona in this spot versus Chicago. Chicago, like Ottawa, a team that we've just been targeting all season. High danger chances against per 60 over the last 10 games. They rank 6th, next to the Coyotes actually. So could be a back and forth game here for sure. Could make for a great game stack in tournaments. But the real news for Arizona is that Derek Stepan is back, but he's sliding on that second line with Lawson Crouse and Josh Archibald, which is where he was prior to getting injured. And this line is going to operate as the shutdown line for Arizona with Derek Stepan here. And so that'll leave this Dvorak, Keller, Grabner line, which is pretty interesting. It's probably their best offensive line, and they'll be free to kind of skate against the depth lines of Chicago, which is definitely what we want to target. Christian Dvorak, an exciting young prospect, hasn't really put it all together yet this season, but he has in seasons past. Shoots the puck at a decent rate, 3.5K, getting power play time. He's going to skate at least 16 minutes time on ice. Just a great play at the price. Definitely a guy that I can see me playing on this slate tonight. So with that being said, let's move on to winger. Winger, I'm not going to talk about these high price options because, I mean, they're all great plays. Patrick Kane, what I just said, Arizona, 5th worst high danger chances against per 60 last 10 games. Ovechkin, probably the best NHL DFS player over the past 10 years. I mean, him and Brent Burns. But there's just so much value in this mid-range that I'm just going to spend a little bit of time talking about these plays. And the guy I'm going to start off with is Artemi Panarin at 5.4K. Really just a price play. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's in the exact same role as a guy like Cam Atkinson. Same line. Cam Atkinson obviously shoots the puck a little bit more, but same line, same power play, skating together at 5v5, 5v4. But Cam Atkinson is sitting here at 7.2K, which is pretty valid. It's probably where he should be priced. And Artemi Panarin just sitting here at 5.4K. Guy's got 77 points in 72 games. Skates 20 minutes, time on ice, just one of the more dynamic offensive players in the league. Should not be priced next to Tom Wilson and TJ Oshie. So, I mean, to give you a little bit of context, his price on FanDuel is much more reasonable at 7.4K, which makes him the 6th highest priced winger, and here he's not even in the top 20. He's probably 18th, or he's probably the 18th or something. I mean, that's crazy. So not even going to go too much into matchup there. Just know the Islanders started off as a great defensive team this year. They slowly they had a period right after the All-Star break where they were one of the worst defensive teams in the league, and now they're slowly regressing back to being a good defensive team, which was kind of expected at the end. But with that being said, Columbus still projected for what opened as a 3-team total has now risen to 3-1. A little bit of love coming in from Vegas, going from -141 to -155. Definitely a spot where I think stacking up Panarin and Dubois for a combined 10K is something that you definitely have never been able to do. So I like doing that. And then scrolling down a bit farther, I mentioned that I'll talk about him, but Alex Nylander at 4.2K. He's not shooting the puck too much over the past 10 days. Got an iCorsi4 per 60, a little bit above 12, which is still good. I mean, it's still a serviceable rate, but it's not one of those insane 16, 17 plus rates that we see. But the spot is just amazing for him. I've talked about how good of a spot this is for Ottawa. He's skating on Jack Eichel's wing, and he's skating with Jack Eichel at 5v4 on the power play. Just an elite spot for him. 4.2K on DraftKings is too cheap for him. And then his price on FanDuel has 3.3K. Just go ahead and lock that in and move on, because that's just way too good of a price. But that'll do it for winger. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And then let's just move on to defense. Defense, just going to give you guys one play here. My favorite point per dollar defensive play on the day, both sites. And that's going to be Rasmus Dahlin at 4.4K. Sort of in the same mold. I mean, I've beat this Ottawa drum all season. I'm going to continue doing it today. They're giving up the most high danger chances in the league. It's a great spot for Rasmus Dahlin. He's shooting the puck a lot more recently. Earlier in the season, he had an iCorsi4 per 60 right around 8, which is super, super low. Now, over the last 10 days, it's regressed back up a little bit over 10. As you can see with his shot totals, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 5. Much more normal. He's registered an assist in 4 straight games. And I think that really coincides with him seeing predominant power play one time. They moved Rasmus Ristolainen to the second unit power play, replaced him with Alex Nylander, and that gave Rasmus Dahlin the full sort of quarterback role on this power play one. Ottawa, one of the worst penalty kills in the league, goes without say. Just an awesome spot for him at 4.4K. Definitely could be a multi-point upside kind of game. That being said, let's jump on over to goalie. So, as always, goalie, one of the tougher positions in all of daily fantasy sports to predict. It's just so volatile. So all I can really tell you is look at your team when you're about to lock it in, see who you have players from, or see which team you have players from, and then play the goalie that correlates with them, so that if your team does well, hopefully your goalie gets the win as well. So that all being said, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please do leave a like and comment. Something I forgot to mention in the beginning of the videos, because I'm still getting back in the swing of things, is we still are running that weekly giveaway that we run every single week. The winner will be announced on our NBA video every Monday. But all you got to do is like and comment, and you will be entered into winning a free season pass of your choice. Baseball is right around the corner, so I know a lot of you are going to use if you win, use that opportunity to get a free baseball pass. It will be a great idea because we're ready to tackle that season. So definitely just leave a like, leave a comment. You'll be entered into that giveaway. And yeah, with that all being said, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys win a ton of money tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.